Morning and welcome to Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. My name is Catherine Ann Clayton, and I help driven entrepreneurs learn to launch their own business, create their own money, and create their own time freedom. I am super excited today. I am with Jeeva Sam. Now, I want to tell you, he's only one half of his expert knowledge on relationships. So I want to welcome you, Jeeva, and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do to help people.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. It's great to be on this live with you. Well, my wife, Slojana, and I, we are marriage mentors. So our specialty is mentoring married couples who are on the brink of a breakdown to breakthrough in as little as 10 weeks, and we guarantee it. So that's our specialty. We also serve as spiritual mentors to entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, and other high achievers.
Awesome, awesome. So talk to me about I know that you're looking for people that are having breakdowns in their marriage. But a lot of people, they live on the outside of everything. But, now we're in a different time, but in normal times, they live on the outside that everything is fine in their marriage. So how do you get those people to actually come to you and say, hey, we really need some help. We want to make this work, but it's just not working right now. How do you find those people that are going to actually come to you?
Okay. So, my background is in the church. So I served as a pastor in congregational ministry for over 35 years. And so
Wow.
have connections, within the church. So most of the people that we have mentored, the couples we've mentored actually come from referrals from pastors in different churches. And
Mm-hmm.
so in some ways, the pastors pre-qualify them for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, because essentially, what we're finding is that, because I was a pastor, I know this reality on top of, all the responsibilities that you have in a church setting. You are not able to devote the time that you need to give a couple, who's going through some serious marriage issues. And so pastors are actually delighted to have someone like us that can come alongside them, that they know that they can trust us, that we will not violate any other same principles that they would be teaching, but they just don't have the time to do it. And because the work is intensive, when I was pastoring, when some couple came to me, with that kind of trouble, then I didn't want to really touch them because I knew that I would not be able to do full justice.
Right.
So couples that come to us are already most of the time like one step removed from divorce, and yet deep down they have this moral compass that says, if at all possible, we should not get divorced. And
Right.
so, for whatever reason, could be for faith reasons, could be simply a sense of concern for the family, the children, and so on. So we get clients, who are basically at the point of giving up, and so we don't have to convince them that they need our services. They come needing our services already.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So talk to me about what do you think, I call the society that we're in a microwave society. Everybody wants to get in, get things done fast and get out. And I feel like that, and I'm middle age. I'm not afraid to say my age. I'm 54. I feel like that a lot of people just get into marriage and then it's kind of like, if it doesn't work out, we'll just get a divorce. Now, I personally don't believe that. And I know that, I have a great marriage. However, it has been up and down. It's like that roller coaster. And there's been times where I've wanted to throw my hands up and give up. Are you finding that couples out there that you're working with just want to give up? Or because you're in a church setting and you know that they're really working on it, you're only working with the people that really want to work it out?
Hmm.
What?
Yeah, well, you know what? It in some ways it looks like a very easy option, to give up and
Right,
then
right.
start afresh. So a lot of people think it's almost like exchanging one model of a car for another. type of thing.
Exactly.
But it's not as simple as that. And people are also so one of the things sometimes we have to do, and on our website, in the copy we basically stress that, like, have you considered the cost of giving up on your marriage, the cost of going the divorce route, And yes, financially, it can be a horrible situation for some people, not
Hmm.
everybody, but the emotional toll, that it takes on the two individuals involved. And if there are children involved, my God, those children are going to wear the scars of that divorce forever. And unfortunately, one of the reasons why we're seeing such a high breakup rate in marriages is because many people grew up in families where they did not have a good marriage that was modeled for them.
Hmm.
And so, for whatever reason, I don't want to blame anybody. However, if you don't have a good role model to follow in your own family or in your circle of, friends, whoever you move with, then you are likely to repeat the same patterns, right? Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. And so one of the things we always, tell people, even when they come to us, sometimes people will say, well, like a divorce only costs that much, like that type of a bit of a cavalier attitude. And so
Hmm.
we have to kind of, read them the riot act in a way, and tell
Right.
them, hey, wake up. This is the real cost of a divorce. And if you want to go that route, fine. But we're offering you a solution that can actually prevent you from going down that route if you will do everything that we teach you to do.
Hmm.
And by the grace of God, like, we have a tremendous success rate. Not a single couple that has gone through the process that we recommended and stuck to it has actually gone the divorce route. Everyone is staying together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that in society, like you said, and I really liked what you said about, the cost of divorce is, let's say, and I'm throwing off an arbitrary number, $1,000, but the cost is really a lot more than that. It's what have you done to the family? What have you done to the children? What have you taught them? And I think that we forget, by being in the microwave society, we forget the cost of what it's doing to the family and to the person. And so speak a little bit to that, of the people that really want to give up and that they haven't given up. Because I will say, and I'm going to be transparent here, my husband and I had some problems about 4 or 5 years ago, and we did seek out a counselor like you. And I will tell you that it was a tough decision. However, I believe that our marriage is 10 times as strong as it was before we went to the counselor.
Yeah.
So do you see that a lot with your clients?
Oh, absolutely. And unfortunately, like, a lot of people will not even admit that they have a problem and go to somebody for help.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, and we see this quite often. Like, a good portion of the time, the wives tend to contact us first,
Hmm.
and one of the problems that they say right off the bat is like, I want to do something, but my husband's not ready.
Right.
Or like something along those lines. And so sometimes, you have to get the guy's attention in a very different way. And that's when you do the reality check, of where you at, and you may think that it's very easy just to drop this one and go find another one, but it's not that easy.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah, and also, to I think part of the problem is the way that we our expectations of marriage. Like, a lot of people, especially when you're getting married young, you go into marriage with a bit of a romantic haze.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a continuation of the courtship. But when problems start coming up, and some of the differences between the two of you don't really show up until you're actually doing life together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when those differences come up, all of a sudden, if you have past experiences, where something similar happened, or you saw your parents break up, then you immediately think, oh my God, my marriage is going to end in a divorce. This is not going the right way. So let's just, do it peacefully, amicably, mutual consent, all those kind of things. But instead, what I think our couples need to realize is that marriage is a commitment you make for the long haul,
I agree with you
right?
100%.
Yeah, and to realize that, just like you said, Catherine, that there will be those ups and downs, but you can ride them out.
Hmm.
You just need to learn how to do it. And the perspective that we bring, is not just counseling, not just teaching people techniques, but really getting down to the root issues, which are what we call issues at the spirit level. God created us spirit, soul, and body, and so when we get down to the spirit level and start unearthing, past hurts, people you haven't forgiven, like all those kind of spiritual issues. Once we take care of those, it's like then we just need to learn some new patterns of relating to each other, and then physically things start to change.
Right. That seems so awesome, and I love that it's a couple. A couple is helping couples. I think that is a very powerful, that you've partnered with your wife to do this. I'm sad that she can't be here today, but I understand. And I think it's awesome that y'all partner together, because sometimes when you're going to a counselor, you've got a woman counseling you or you have a man counseling you, and we always get into the, oh, he just took your side because it's a man, or she took your side
Yeah.
because she's a woman.
Yeah.
And you get into that, and I think that people will definitely see the different perspectives that both you and your wife bring. So that brings me to you, and how can people get in touch with you? Because I will tell you, there's some people out there right now, and if you're one of these persons that is out there listening to this interview, and your marriage, maybe not be ready for the brink of divorce, but it's just not where you want it to be, and you want to be more fulfilled, and you want to understand your spouse better. I know that Jeeva and his wife are awesome, and they can help you. So how can they reach out to you?
Okay, well, we're doing this on Facebook, so I'm tagged in this post.
Right.
You can just click on my name, send me a friend request, and then send me a message saying,
Uh-huh.
"Hey, can we chat?" It's as simple as that, and we'll pick up on that. Or if you want to read up a little bit about what we do, you can go to our website. Very simple. Our last name is Sam, and we're from Canada, so it's called thesams.ca. All right.
There we go. And you know what I want you to do, Jeeva? When the video's over, I want you to go in the comments and put that website below. I try to make it as easy for people, because, when we fight those fears of, oh, it wasn't easy, it wasn't simple, they just don't do it.
Yeah.
So this way, I want you to put the link in there. You guys can click it. I always say this on my show. I am pulling together experts in their field, so that we can help you get the results that you want, whether they're in your life, in your spirit, in your body, in your health, in your wellness, in your business. I want you to reach out to these experts. Also, this is actually the last day, because tomorrow starts September. I am going to put in the links the 5-step formula to closing more sales without being salesy. So, Jeeva, I want to thank you for coming on our show today. I appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you so much for attending the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. Bye-bye.